Oh yeah!
Alright, hope everybody's having a good one. Welcome to Planet Coaster 2 with Cookie Pirate. It is good to be back. Dale, Rhett, Tortigan Tails, good to see you all. Band player, welcome. And I saw Shem on the previous one. Hope he's still here. Hope you all hear me okay. But yeah, I had a little bit of technical difficulties with OBS, but I think I've got them figured out. So it has been a little while. Needed a little break, and then I ran into some computer problems. I think I've got them resolved, so here we go. Hope you all are having a great start to the weekend. Great to see all of you. I really appreciate it. Today is Friday, and that means Floorless Friday. I want to see some Floorless coasters today. Alright, so I want to start out taking a look at some things. We'll actually go into the tropical park here. Just to start off, Dale did some great scenery work. Sound great. Haha, awesome. Rhett, great to see you again. What, Flawless Friday? Floorless Friday? Well, we could do Flying Coaster Friday on another on another Friday stream. Hey, it's got to be my accent. Floorless. It's just like the city in North Carolina, Charlotte. If I say it naturally, it's Charlotte to me. And New Orleans. So yeah. So Floorless kind of sounds like flawless to me. Or not to me, but to everybody else. I just say it and it sounds like that. So yeah, Dale has done a great job with some scenery stuff. He added a bunch of trees and a lot of the kind of open land that we have around the park. So you see some extra... Well, we'll probably have to clear a few of these out. Everybody go surfing. Surfing through some trees. So we'll have to fix that a little bit there. But no, overall this is really great. Oh yeah. Fireworks are going off. So let's go to regular lighting. And let's see what the fireworks have to say. Haha, Tortigan Tails. Yeah, you're right. G3 stocks! Strawberry Jam, what's going on? Welcome. Fireworks should kick off in a minute again. Flawless. Oh, band player, yeah. Flawless Friday, aka Jimper's Showcase Day. He's been eagerly waiting for PC2 streams to return. Five trees to remove or delete? Or to move. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's the truth. Oh, come on, fireworks, kick off. Fast forward just a little bit. Waiting for them to show back up. Sometimes we should get Jimpers on live. Oh, that would be cool. I think those fireworks are set to repeat every 30 minutes if I'm not mistaken. Maybe every hour. I'd have to go in and look. So what I can do is pull the sequencer up and hourly. Okay, so it'll start at 1900 again. So what we have is just a little hidden boat ride. That's one thing about this. If you look top down, you see it really clearly, but if you look at it from like a park goer's perspective, you barely know that something is there unless you get right up close to it. This isn't safe. Yeah. All right. Let's take care of a couple of these. Let's delete these since they're in the water. Actually, do kind of like that, even though they're submerged. They're kind of like water lilies. I would personally go with a different type of tree right here. But we could do... Yeah, that's clear. That one is fine. Let's move that a little bit. Yeah, I would really like to get Jimpers in chat to kind of walk me through building a top tier coaster. I know he's got a floorless coaster for Floorless Friday. These actually look pretty cool. Like this, they're almost like mangroves, where they're, you know, just in the water. It looks really pretty though. Oh, I want a soda and something else. That's not how it goes. But yeah, over here, this is really lush now, where it was just totally bare before. What are you talking about? It's totally safe. It's only got the famous rattle or rattle. That looks really good, though. Dale did a great job adding the scenery. Oh, hey, look, the fire for the boomerang. This looks really good over here, too. Much more lush. Hey! Welcome to Splash Harbor with Cookie Pirate. Oh, wait. Gingerbread Pirate. I don't know. I'd have to come up with a better name. That's not a typical cookie. What am I talking about right now? Okay, one thing for this, it did say that there is a camera, but there's not a photo kiosk linked. So maybe we can actually add... Thought about doing a full, like, shop, but for the short term, I think what we'll do is just add a stand. It doesn't look great, but it's functional, and we can look at modifying it a little bit later. So we'll connect the ride, confirm, we can go ahead and open it. Pele photos. Yeah, Pele is the Hawaiian goddess of fire and volcanoes and stuff like that. So that's where the name came from for this coaster. I actually built this quite a while back, and it was in the park. Oh, I don't know, midway through or so. I'll do a POV of it as soon as the maintenance guy gets done fixing what he needs to. Nothing super special, just a typical Schwarzkopf looper. But a fun ride, compact, it fits pretty easily in a lot of places, and it's not super mild, but definitely like a stepping stone for people that maybe don't want to get on the more intense coasters, but want something more thrilling than like a kiddie or family coaster. So for me, my first looping coaster was actually a Schwarzkopf looper, Super Duper looper, up at Hershey Park way back in, I don't know, 2001, 2002 maybe. It's a Schwarzkopf. Ah, what's going on, Kings Island? Good to see ya. Very punny. Oh, that was bad. Alright, let's speed up until we're ready for dispatch. There we go. It's been a really long time since I've shown this coaster. Jippers actually did walk me through this a little bit. The Lightning won out. Hello, holy dude, what a coincidence. My first looper was also looper at Hershey. Ah, that's so cool. What's going on? Good to see ya. Oh, there's a tree in the way. My very first inverting coaster was Banshee. What? And that's it. Nothing super fancy, but a pretty basic Schwarzkopf looper. Fun. It actually has some pretty good stats. A 6 in the excitement. A little low on fear, but these things are not made to be very intense, and the nausea is really good. So, I'd like to say it's not a bad Schwarzkopf. I recently just re-rode Looper for the first time this summer. The jank is still there. Yeah, it's been over 20 years since I was at Hershey Park. I really would like to go back and check it out just because they've added so much. I mean, Storm Runner wasn't there when I last went, if that tells you how long it's been. And I never got to go on the big stuff like Great Bear. I went on Comet. I didn't go on the original Wildcat, but of course now Wildcat's Revenge is said to be a super good RMC. The loop is painted white now, by the way, and they have new trains. They got new trains on Super Duper Looper, no kidding. And Vertigo's rough, and Flight of Fear was scary back then. Yeah, that makes sense. With Super Duper Looper being my first, I'll tell you my second inverting coaster was kind of a big... No, actually no. Loch Ness Monster. So I went from 1 loop to 2. And then I went from 2 to Alpengeist with 6 inversions and just one of the more intense B&M inverts. Really great ride. I mean, I screamed my lungs off the entire ride. I was 13, I think. Hey, Minecraft, how are you? Hi, sorry I haven't been on in a while. I've just been busy. No worries. It's good to see you. You know, I never hold anybody to an obligation of showing up every stream or being here for the whole time. I don't set those kinds of expectations. You know, you show up when you can, you say hi when you can, you hang out for as long as you can. I'm always happy to see you. I don't care if you can't stay the whole time. I'm not one of those people to judge. because that would be unrealistic and unfair. So, oh, you know, don't get me wrong, I'd love whenever everybody shows up and hangs out the entire time, but I understand that people can't, and I will never fault anybody for that. Funny you say that. I went from 1 loop to 7 with Montu at B. Ah, yes. Yeah, Montu is my favorite invert and my number 2 coaster at Busch Gardens, Tampa. I actually went on it last March. I think I want to say I got 8 rides over a weekend on Montu, and it was great. Hands down my favorite B&M invert of all the ones that I've been on, which is 3. But I've been on some really good ones. I've been on Alpengeist, Montu, and the third one is Afterburn at Carowinds, in terms of true inverts. And all 3 of those are good. I would do Montu 1, Afterburn 2, and Alpengeist 3. But that could change if I go back to Busch Gardens Williamsburg, just because it's been so long since I've been on it. But those are 3 really rockstar B&M inverts. I have yet to do Gwazi, unfortunately. That is my number 1 in the park. Iron Gwazi is probably top 5 in the world. So did we start a new park? It seems a little unfamiliar. No, this is the tropical park. I've just changed quite a bit. Mainly in this area here, we did Dueling Dragons, and I customized it slightly. I added the Schwarzkopf looper that I had way back when. I think it was up over here, and we actually added it back in over here, and then we just moved some stuff around. We kind of took out the water park. Carowinds is my home park. Fury 325 is top tier. Oh, 100%. Funny you say that, as I did Alpengeist this summer and thought it was amazing. It hands down is a great invert. I would just put Afterburn and Montu above it. But yeah, Carowinds is my home park as well. I live in central South Carolina, so I'm right about 2 hours away from it. So yeah. Afterburn, Copperhead Strike, last but certainly not least, last but best probably, Fury 325. You done Pantheon yet? Absolutely slaps. Nope, I haven't. They didn't have Pantheon. I've not been to Busch Gardens Williamsburg in almost 20 years. So, actually no, it's been more than 20 years. So Griffin actually didn't exist. They just had broken ground for Griffin when I was there. JP, what's going on, man? Good to see you. I live right by Kings Island. Might go to Kings Dominion and Carowinds. Heck yeah. It's not too terribly far for you. It's a bit of a hike, but Carowinds is definitely worth it. Kings Dominion, I would say, is worth it. I haven't been there. But with Carowinds being my home park, man, I think I got 75 rides on Fury last year. 70 or 75, something like that. I'm doing okay, JP, thanks. Hope you're doing well, also. I visited King's Dominion this summer and was so disappointed when Pantherian was closed. Oh, that sucks! ENR, I would think you would say ENF Miler. Understandable if you have removed it. All park builders forget about doing kiddie coasters. Nope, I still have it. It is tucked back here somewhere. Yeah, right here. So this is actually the blueprint from Frontier when they introduced the ENF Miler Kitty Coaster. And I slapped it down, and it actually did fairly well for a while, so that was kind of nice. Would you like to check out the Pirate Coaster that I've posted since we're here in PC2? Yeah, I would like to check that out tonight. At some point. I'm not ready right now, but we will. We'll definitely do that tonight. I was thinking about that. Darkhound Doom, how are you? Got on Timbers at King's Dominion. Oh man, I wonder how that is. Ah, tasty cookie. Cookie Pirate words for good boy. Busch Gardens Williamsburg is upgrading Verbolten inside and out. They said when done, it will be a bigger experience than the day it first opened. All right. My biggest blow for coasters this year was missing Stardust by one day after it closed due to the accident. Oh no! That sucks! Man, I had a coworker that actually went to Epic Universe in December. She went to all the parks with her family. And she said Stardust was absolutely incredible. She's like, you would absolutely love that coaster. And I'm like, I bet I would. It would look so good. It reopened the day after. I was so mad. Oh no! Wow, that's a double whammy. Closed the day before and opened the day after. That absolutely sucks. You can't use steel without vengeance. Haha, I see what you did there. Timbers is amazing. Yeah, I'm really hoping that Carowinds will let RMC come in and do some magic on Hurler, because Hurler absolutely sucks. That freaking coaster is terrible. Like, I had either in May or June, I don't remember when, but I got on it and I was like, man, this thing blows. And I got on it in November and I'm like, you know what, this actually isn't quite as terrible as it was my first ride, but still not great. I didn't wait at all, so it was like, whatever, no wasted time. Yeah, of course, and I'm still working on that mythology coaster. I have some more stuff to do with Built the Q building. I have to do the station and some other areas around the ride. Okay. It had closed before my visit. I meant to imply Stardust reopened the day after I left. Okay. Yeah, no, that makes sense. I was going to say it was closed for more than just 2 days, I think, but... yeah. Vortex is the worst. Yeah, Vortex sucks. The Vortex at Carowinds, the stand-up coaster. That is the only coaster I have actually ever been hurt on. I cut my hand on the restraint. As stupid as that sounds, I actually managed to cut my hand on the restraint, because they're like, you're going to want to take your sunglasses off. So I'm holding onto my sunglasses and holding onto the restraint at the same time, and at one of the jolts on that coaster, I slammed my hand into the restraint and cut it open. Not deeply. I'm praying it gets Patriots Floorless train. Honestly, I'd rather see them just take it out completely. Open up the plot next to Nighthawk, and they could take more space to build something really good. Whoa, hey, no dissing my baby. I'm an ex-Carowinds employee. I worked for Vortex a whole year, and Scrambler, those are my babies. I remember you saying that. I would like to think back in the day Vortex was fun, and if it was a smoother ride, I think I would enjoy it more, and if it had better ops. But in the condition that it's currently in, it just sucks. There's no way around that. I'm sorry. B&M haters make me so angry. I love B&M. Hear me out, Nighthawk should not have been removed. You know, I lean in favor of that statement, although I can understand why they did. I went on Nighthawk, the last time I was on it was 2017, so I didn't make it back to the park before they took it out, unfortunately. And yeah, I mean, I thought it was a really cool experience. It wasn't something that I wanted to go on repeatedly, but it was fun. It was unique. I mean, being one of only 3 at the time. Raptera sucks. Oh. Was it the corkscrew, lol? Yeah, those corkscrews were a little bit rough. But the vertical loop was super cool. That was something I hadn't experienced before, and didn't experience again until I went on Manta down at SeaWorld. They always say B&M makes forceless rides. I think we need to talk about that a little bit. I haven't been on a lot of B&M's newest creations outside of the Hyper, but I love B&M's older loopers, like Kraken, Kumba. I don't know if anyone has heard about this, knows about this ride, but has anyone heard of the ride Alton Towers Nemesis Subterra? Well, Nemesis is absolutely fantastic. I don't know about Nemesis Subterra. B&M inverts are intense. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I want to say that that is one of my favorite types of B&Ms, are their inverts. They have some really good hypers. I like their floorless coasters. And I wish they had more just traditional sit-down loopers. I absolutely loved Kumba back in 2012 when I got on it. Unfortunately, it was closed when I went to Busch Gardens last year. Now that it's back open, I'm planning on going back. And if it's as good as it was in 2012, I think I'm going to lap that thing. I want to try to get some good POVs. I have a GoPro and want to get some really good Kumba POVs. So, Nemesis Subterra is basically a ride that never works. I thought you were talking about Reborn. Yeah, no, I'm not familiar with Subterra. Busch Gardens Tampa is in shambles at the present. Oh no! Yeah, I've heard they're kind of going through a rough patch. I heard Cheetah Hunt was closed for a few months. I don't know if it's back open yet. I've heard Kumba has been running rough actually, so good luck keeping it. Oh, good luck lapping it. Oh man. Yeah, no search. It's up to... Search it up. It's called Nemesis Subterra. Yeah, I'd have to look it up. Orion is smooth. Oh, their hypers are pretty good. They're relatively smooth. Now, interestingly with Fury, there's one train that has a bit of a rattle. And the other 2 trains are pretty good. One of them is just graceful, and then the other one is not bad. But I would always time it to try to get on that coaster when it wasn't rattling, when I wasn't going to get on the train that is known to be kind of a rough ride. Cheetah Hunt was just seen testing not too long ago, so that's a good sign. Awesome. Can confirm Fury has a train with a rattle. I want to say it's the darkest one. But I've ridden Flight of Fear 7 times in the same day, so maybe my smooth is different. Well, I mean, I've rode Fury I think the top, I want to say, was 18 or 20 times in one day. Probably more like 9 times. Well, that's still a pretty good amount. What? Hold on. I know Raptor, but I'm trying to figure out what rides at Cedar Point or B&M. Raptor, Gatekeeper. I don't think they have a lot of B&Ms. Rougarou. Did Fury in May and definitely noticed a rattle on it. Yeah. Raptor, Gatekeeper, and Rougarou. Yeah, those are the only 3 that I can think of. Valraven. Yep. That's it, I think. Yeah, I can't think of any others. Kings Island has a great Intamin. Alright, so what am I doing in here other than just hanging out? Let's go look at some stuff. JP. Go ahead and drop your pirate coaster. I've actually been pretty eager to check that out. I'm hoping Jippers makes it on tonight. I would really like to see the floorless coaster that he came up with. Fury has a train that's a few seconds faster than the other 2. It's the light silver. Yes! That's right! I didn't really think about that, but yeah, now that you say that, that makes total sense. The River Rapids was definitely made by Intamin. Yeah. So this may be a little bit of a hot take, but I actually prefer the front row on Fury over the back row. Back row is fantastic, but I really love the exhilarating feel of that front row. I would take it, I would say 7 out of 10 times. And I would take the back row the other 3. Alright, let's get that code. Starting to think I need to drop Vengeance from its #1 spot on my coaster list. Don't remember how good the layout was, to be honest. I've heard a lot of people toss up between Iron Gwazi and Steel Vengeance. Pirates of the Seven Seas, alright. So it's a park. Let's go back out, load into it here. I'm looking forward to seeing this, JP. The progress that you showed on the Discord, it was remarkable. First 2 hills, the inversions, the airtime hills. It's a park, obviously, because of the placement and terrain. Yeah, of course. Makes total sense. I'm actually going to change this back to daytime, just so we can see a little bit better. And we can give it a nighttime ride as well. So there's actually a couple coasters out here. We've got... that one's not done. Swaying mine train. Oh, take a look at this right here. I like this. I just want to look at that real quick. Under the pirate ship forming an arch. Information. Arr! Get your maps and umbrellas and sunscreen here, ye mateys. Arr! Oh, that was terrible. Why am I impersonating pirates? Because I'm a cookie pirate. Ah, that was stupid. Swedish cargo lines. Yep, I like the cargo ships over here. You've got a ship right here. Looks like it's actually designed for people to... Wait, is this like a... Yeah, it's an entrance. Interesting. Pro tip, don't ride Steel Vengeance only in the morning. I could say the same about Iron Gwazi, but honestly, even when it was cooler and the ride was running slow, I found it still a fantastic ride. So. Got the railroad up here. Alright, I'm gonna drop in on foot. Let's walk around and see all of this. Buccaneers, this is a great restaurant that Bromik made. Really cool. You've got a souvenir shop. You've got the pirate band right here. Restroom, restaurant. It's a really cool facility. Some outdoor seating. Also, for some reason on the station, an unloading station and the fortress, some of the walls are colored differently. You can't change them. I don't know why it's doing it. Yeah, you know, I've noticed that. It seems to be a little bit of a bug with some of those pirate pieces. Let's get in line. Beautifully themed. You always do a really good job with the scenery. Great station with all the cannons on top. You've got that giant spire right there. I went to Cedar Point in 2022, and that's been my only visit. Maverick was heavenly. Is the cargo from Lake Erie Shipping Company? Interesting fact, when the queue line for Fury, just before you go up the stairs into the station, if you look at the lift hill from that angle, the lift hill looks tilted. Yeah. Yeah, a little bit. Just waiting for another train to show up. I tried to get a Maverick night ride, but it closed down. Oh, man, that sucks. Guys, I'm going to drop a link. If you aren't already and you're interested in joining, there's the Discord server. Feel free to get in. I mean, we're chill. Share coaster stuff, PC2 stuff, and real-world coaster stuff. I also do a lot of Elder Scrolls, Oblivion, and not recently, but Skyrim. So I'm in there for that. And occasionally I stream just on Discord. Not, you know, powering up a YouTube stream, but I do Discord streams just to hang out. Y'all can jump in and chat. I know most of you are already there, but if not and you're interested, there's the link. No obligations, of course. Fury Night Ride is amazing. 150%. God, come on! Alright. This is what we're gonna do. Gonna shut the coaster down. And now we're gonna get on it. I do want to check the front bumper. It's a little obscured, so we'll actually go with the front row ride here. Let's go ahead and start test. Looking forward to checking this out. You missed 3 trains. I got up quickly. Alright. Oh, a nice dive loop. That's cool. Back into the fort. Come on now. Coaster isn't that good just for fun, so it might be bad at some points. Yeah, no, overall it's not bad. The pacing suffers a little bit. That's the most noticeable thing. I want more speed. I wanted to kind of go through some of those turns with more speed. That's why your excitement is only in the 4s. Your fear is low, your nausea is great. What's your friction set to? 1. I bet if you turn the friction down, you'd get a more exciting ride. This really does have a good layout. And it doesn't have to be a super intense coaster by any means. I like this dive loop right here. That's really cool. I think it passes a little bit too low right down here. So realistically, if you want people to be able to walk under that, it's a bit low. That'd be a tight squeeze. I like a lot of these turns. Actually, it's really profiled well. And that's something that I've criticized you before. Constructively, albeit. Criticized. That needs some work. But your profiling on this coaster is really good. It's smooth, it's got... Let me see, the friction down would kill you 100%. The laterals at the end. No, I don't think so. See, that's a pretty nicely... I mean, you could do with a little bit more banking if we turn the friction down. Nah, that's... Yeah, right there. Just bank it a little bit more. But that would be okay. Like, if we go in and take a look here at the G-forces... Let's look at your laterals. Yeah, it's moving slow enough that you wouldn't pull more than 1 to 1.5 right there, I think. Let's pause it real quick. Yeah. Unfortunately, at this speed, it just has quite a bit of dead track to it. Like, all through that. Coming up through here. It just loses its pacing. But if it was going faster, I think you'd actually have something good. Let's do a night ride. It's better at night. Yeah, we can check it out. Beautiful station. You always do such a good job with your theming at the stations and stuff like that. Hands down. Let's go. I would redo that transition into the corkscrew a little bit. That dive drop is so cool though. Yeah, you just need a little more speed going through some of these turns. You could go with another corkscrew or a 0G roll or something like that. I think that would be really neat. Very spooky vibe, nice yet chill. Yeah, I mean it's not meant to be super haunting, but it's definitely got that feel which I really appreciate. Airtime Edits, what's going on, man? Welcome. Yay, Floorless Friday. Hey, if you've got a Floorless coaster you want to share, drop it. We'll check it out. Earlier you said you were in South Carolina. Ever heard of Greenville? Oh, absolutely. I've been to Greenville a few times. Shem, good to see you again. With some slight tweaks to elevation, some transitions to improve flow, you really don't need to change the layout much. Oh, absolutely. Dale, what's going on? This... This GD landscaper needs to go back to doing security. Oh my god, was that the Black Pearl? Greenville's my hometown, actually. Oh yeah, no, Greenville's nice. It's been a long time since I've been up there, but it's beautiful. I tend to spend more time in the low country. Kings Island Nerd was threatening to tickle me and I don't like it. Kings Island Nerd. I'm gonna type this in chat for the world to see. No tickling. Oh, I'm stupid. Plus it's a family coaster. Yeah. I have one, but it's from a park I haven't updated. It's okay. I love floorless coasters. That's you, Mr. Airtime Thrills, JR. Oh, Airtime Thrills Jr. Haha. I don't tend to promote large streamers, but I will say Airtime Thrills, he has some great videos, and the times that I've interacted with him, he's a super down-to-earth guy. So, if you're a coaster fan, I do recommend that you check him out. Also, there's a few people here that watch Coaster Dash. He's cool as well. He's got some good stuff. I missed Coaster Dash by one day at Carowinds. I went on a Saturday in May. He was there that very next Sunday. I missed him by one day. But yeah, doesn't this ride look so much better at night? No, it doesn't look so much better. It looks better, but I will say that I really like the appearance in the daytime. So, going from day to night, it's not a significant difference to me. It does look better, but I think it looks absolutely beautiful in the daytime when you can see all of the scenery around it that isn't lit up and stuff like that. Because at night there's a lot of stuff that is a little bit tough to notice. Coaster Dash is underrated. Yeah, Airtime Thrills is a great streamer. It's a good transition day to night, that is. It is. It is. And I will say that the ride does look better at night, but it doesn't look significantly better. I think it looks absolutely fantastic in the daytime, but that's just my perspective. Some people may disagree with me, and that's fine. Is there a certain coaster vid on YouTube that got you into coasters? So, kind of. I've always loved roller coasters since I was young. I actually played RCT2 back in my middle school days. I played RCT3 in my high school days. And then, you know, I went to some different parks, Carowinds, Busch Gardens, stuff like that, back in the early mid-2010s. I gotta get up and fold laundry. Fortunately, I have a wireless headset that allows me to do so, so I can keep chatting. But it is gonna be a couple minutes before I see messages, so I'll apologize in advance for the delay. But basically, at the beginning of 2025, somehow randomly, I just thought, let me look something up about a coaster. And theme park review. I know he's got a little bit of a controversial take on a lot of things, and some people love him, some people hate him. I fall in the middle, leaning more toward love him. I like him. Some of his stuff is kind of annoying, but I will say I was entertained. And I'm like, yeah, you know what, I need to get back into this. And I got RCT2 on Steam and ventured into Open RCT2 and then discovered Planet Coaster 2. And the more that I played it, the more that I viewed coaster content and stuff like that, the more I'm like, man, I really need to get back into this, because I've always enjoyed coasters. And so 2025 for me was really a year to rediscover my love for roller coasters and the roller coaster games. And PC2 just stuck for me, because you can ride it, it's realistic, they've got a lot of modern stuff that RCT2 doesn't have. Even Open RCT2 has more than the original, but is missing things that PC2 has. But no, I'm super glad I got back into it. I mean, this game has been a godsend, you know, for streaming and stuff like that. I've found a lot of really cool people that love roller coasters like me, that love this game like I do. And it's been fantastic getting, you know, to connect with people who share a similar passion for coasters, but also other things. I've found some people that actually like some of the other stuff that I do, like the Elder Scrolls and Flight Sim. Not to say that I haven't found people that prefer those games as I have, but I found a few that have been, you know, into multiple games that I tend to play and stream. And I've also gotten some really loyal viewers that showed up for PC2 but have actually just come in and said hi and hung out when I stream other games, and it's fantastic. So I know we've got a couple new streamers hanging out in chat, and I want to say it's a slow start, it really is, but keep at it. You're gonna find people. You never know who you're gonna come across that loves certain things that you might not expect. So yeah, it's been really great. It's been a fun road, and I'm looking forward to continuing, you know, the streaming experience, growing the community. I have kind of been venturing more into the Elder Scrolls, as that's really my bread and butter. Along with Flight Sim, but that's not to diminish PC2 at all, because I've had so much fun and done so much with this. Almost done folding laundry, and I apologize again for the delay. Get caught up on chat here in a minute. Okay. Let me get caught up here. Needs a little more light in some spots. Yeah, I agree with that. Overall, it really does look good at night. But yeah, it does need a little bit more light to highlight some stuff that you're missing, that you can see in the daytime. History of Kings Island got me into the history of theme parks. Planco got me into coasters. Watched a live stream of RCT2 yesterday. Awesome. I have a coaster I can drop. YouTube didn't exist for about 15 years after I first got into coasters. Gonna lurk and work on this ride. Alright, JP, thanks for sharing. I always thought coasters were good, but it wasn't until I went to Kings Island when I became a thuzy. For some reason, I remember watching Theme Park Reviews Silver Dollar City POV compilation. Love the park at night. That's one good thing Rob has managed at least. Yeah. Whee! Oh! I gotta make fun of him. I'm sorry. Is it just me, or does the train whistle in this game sound more haunting at nighttime? Dropping a code. Let's check that out here in a minute. Way more haunting in one bad person, me. Dark Souls, too scary for me. Dark Souls is... Elder Scrolls is not as bad. Congratulations on your first workshop code share. We'll definitely be watching this after Cookie folds his laundry. Yes, we will. Insanely whipped Intamin Accelerator. I'm so sad Cookie Pirate is quitting. What?! First coaster code is going to be an insane one. He's not. News for Floorless Friday. Six Flags and Cedar Fairs intends to add more Giga Dives after Tormenta, and Carowinds is a realistic candidate for the next one. I like dive coasters, but they're not my ideal cup of tea. I think there are better options that they could add, but I would not be disappointed with a good dive coaster. So. Alright, let me go back up and get that code. Alright, where is it? One 5 S Q and D 6 B. Formula 1. All right. Better not suck like my coasters. Oh, Dale, don't sell yourself short. Alright. Let's go into a blank park. Trust me, this coaster is an absolute rampage. Alright. Coaster enthusiasts are angry that Dollywood isn't adding a B&M Giga. I hate enthusiasts. Boo! It's a blueprint, not park. Yep. All I'll say is prepare for Maverick and basically any other accelerator with an extended layout. So, I don't consider myself a hardcore coaster enthusiast. I like to say I'm like an entry-level enthusiast. That's not it. Alright, let me go back onto the workshop here. Let's go to mine. Subscriptions. Formula 1. Okay, so that's the way to search. I love coasties. I don't need an effing pronoun. Yeah, called Formula 1. I just searched by the coaster type and it didn't come up. This is fine. Alright. I'm gonna do the front bumper POV, which is usually what I prefer. Here we go. Whoa! Oh man, that is solid. That's a very impressive, if that's your first coaster on the workshop, well done. Like, that's a really good ride. It was very smooth. It keeps its pacing really well. I like a lot of the elements. This is good AF. Yeah, I agree with Dale on that. That's really solid. This uses no track limits. Yeah, I don't have it, but it ran fine without it, so seems to be good. P.S. I'm with you on dives. It's always a very similar layout regardless of height. If B&M came up with something that hadn't been done with the vertical drop format, though. Shem, I kind of agree with you, and I kind of disagree a little bit. The drops are similar. I don't really like how they incorporate Immelmans so much. It's not really one of my favorite elements, but I would like to see where they have more dive loops. But when you get the variety of different inversions, like there are some inverts, dives that have vertical loops. You've got at least one with an inclined loop, so I think they do provide a fair bit of variety with the inversions and the layouts, but just the the feeling tends to be the same, oftentimes. Very nice launch coaster. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, this was fantastic. I would ride something like this. This really doesn't need much work. 3 green? You've got it right there. Excitement over 7. Fear is between 4 and 5, which I think is ideal. And the nausea is really good. Let's look at your G-forces. I tend to scrutinize G-forces a bit. 4.5, that's really good. Your laterals are just a little bit high, but that's not horrid. Your minimum verticals, that's pretty good. And then your max forward, that's such a good punch. And it's hitting the brakes a little bit hard, but not bad. No, right, you know, right on point. That's a really good coaster. I'll leave it up to Jimpers to scrutinize it. What is the most overrated roller coaster and most underrated roller coaster you've ridden? Gosh. The lats are on the first Heartline roll, you're going like 65 into it. Okay, yeah, that explains it. I mean, we could pull up the heat map. Little over 1 right there, that's not bad. Scratched it. It's actually 55. Yeah, I don't see anything that really stands out. Oh, right here. It's like 1.6. Does it peak back here? That's really not that bad, though. Maybe here. After the twisted airtime hill, you'll notice trims. Those were absolutely needed. I did see that, and yeah. Yeah, I could tell. That's a really good inclusion. It hit like 2. Yeah, the peak was like 2.03 or 2.05. I'd have to go back and look, but no, it's really not bad. Oh, -2 on the airtime hill. Oh, yeah, okay. Yep, I see the negatives there. And then it actually tapers off as you go into the trims, which is what you want. Looks like they peak maybe about there. Or no, back here. Yeah, I would profile that maybe a little bit wider. But it's not bad. Yeah, it picks up right back here actually. Yeah, no, overall that's pretty solid. I'm gonna go ahead and say this is the best first time workshop coaster share. I would not disagree at all. That was really good. My goal was intensity for the ride. Yeah. And I think you achieved it. The great thing about this, though, is it's intense, but it's not unrealistic. Like, this is a coaster I could actually see in the real world being very successful. It would be intense, and it would deter more mild riders away, but people that really like intensity on coasters would be right at home with this. And it wouldn't be too extreme to shy them away. And also, I just really appreciate the realism in this layout. I see so many coasters in this game that are made to be really exciting, really intense, but they're just not realistic. And this isn't one of those. This combines intensity, excitement, realism. It has a realistic layout. It has realistic forces. It's right on point. So the funny thing was I was actually looking at iSpeed and Maverick for the inspiration on this coaster, actually. I can see that. It makes sense, and I think it's paid off well for you. Theme it up real nice, throw down some gorgeous landscaping, night lighting, and you'll be a roller coaster tycoon. Dale. Just join the Discord page, yeah, me. Yeah, welcome Tortigan Tales, good to see ya. I have 2 other layouts if you want those. Yeah, we can check them out. Kings Island wants me to check out his trash park? What? Come on, don't sell yourself short. Yeah, you could drop the codes. I'm gonna step up real quick. We'll be right back. Okay. Mila. Hey, watch it. Sorry, my cat is batting at my foot as I try to sit back down. It's the same park. I don't have the code. It's fine. If it's the same park, I can just go in and update it and pull it pretty easily. I don't theme my coasters, so don't criticize my theming choices. It's fine. Stepping outside of your comfort zone is how you improve. 100%. I know, but I usually like to stay in my comfort zone. Most people do. And I think jumping way outside your comfort zone can be really daunting, and it also, I don't think, gives you the growth and the results that you generally want, unless you discover something that you didn't know before that you love. The best way to do that is just push the limits a little bit every time. You know, it's almost like you're pushing the walls a little bit further out every time, but you're not going way out of your way into really uncharted deep waters, so to speak. Start with something easy like a station. What a wildcat. Yeah, she's a sweetheart. Yeah, she tends to get a bit naughty sometimes, but... Alright, let me go onto the workshop. Update your park. Oh, that got updated. I think I showcased that before. If any of you watch Corvus, he does some really good PC2 builds, and he actually collabed with Flooded Tombs right here. And Flooded Tombs made this awesome coaster that Corvus actually incorporated into his Cedar Cove Park. I think Disney should remodel the boats you ride into look like the Black Pearl. That would be pretty cool. Kind of like me, I keep trying harder and harder with theming or coaster building every time I build a ride. Yeah, JP, absolutely. That's the way to do it. Wait, do I not have an update? That's going pretty far back. Corvus and Taggy are crazy. Oh, speaking of TH Designs as another really good content creator for PC2, this RMC Son of Beast, amazing. I think I passed over it by mistake. Nope, here it is. What just... Oh, come on, I misclicked. Alright, so I think it's actually good to go. Just a heads up, all of my coasters will never be in a park and will be in blueprints. Okay. Alright. So, Kings Island, let's take a look here. This looks new. So we've got a multiverse coaster. We've got a Woody. That looks new. Got the Hyper. Got the Arrow. Invert. Yeah, we've looked at a lot of these. Ooh. Inverted Boomerang. I want to check this out. So this is cool because it actually has the loop, the Cobra roll, and a zero-G roll. That looks fun. Good stats. I like multiverses, I like the colors on all of these coasters. That is the blueprint for the inverted boomerang. I don't remember it having the loop, but I could have forgotten. That legit looks exactly like Jimpers. Yeah, I don't remember this having the loop there. Do we have any new updates on the new ride for Carowinds on the old Rapids site yet? Not that I have heard, but I haven't paid attention the last couple months, so we'll see. No, it is the blueprint. Oh! Yeah. I may have just forgotten the, that it has the loop there. I'm gonna actually switch to the, front motor. Barrel Mine Train? Bet. How do you feel about Carolina Gold Rusher? I've had some good rides on it, and I've had some mediocre ones. Not bad, but mediocre. I think if you get a good ride on it, it's actually really fun. Let's go. I could use a little bit of smoothing right there. Give me something more modern. Yeah. I can see that for sure. Cookie, I'm gonna remove this. Oh, I think it's a good addition to the park. Honestly. I'm not gonna lie, I do like a good boomerang. Whether it's your typical Vekoma or, you know, these inverted boomerangs and stuff like that. I think this just needs a small amount of love, a little bit of smoothing. But it's a good ride, it really is. And I mean, look at the line. It's a bit of a crowd pleaser. The only reason a lot of my coasters rides or parks are because I use terrain a bunch. So if I make it a blueprint, it either won't fit or the ride would go underground even though it's not supposed to. Makes sense? I want to check this Woody out. Owie owie, I look just like Buddy Holly. Mac and cheese hyper, yeah. Yeah. Mac and cheese, mock and cheese, yeah. B&M stand up. Whoa. Let's see. I really would like to go on a better B&M stand up than Vortex. Riddler's Revenge over at Magic Mountain actually seems like a really good coaster if it's running well. And of course that was a record breaker. Georgia Scorcher at Six Flags Over Georgia actually does seem pretty fun. And despite that I'm only about 3 hours away from there, I've never been on it. I've never been to that park. So it's on my list. I'd like to go this year. Check it out. I did Green Lantern at Great Adventure in 2023. It was absolutely horrible. I've heard a lot of people say that. I mean, that was old Chang at Kentucky Kingdom, I think. And that was a record breaker after Mantis and before Riddler's Revenge. And I've heard Chang was actually really good. And then when they moved it and reassembled it, it kind of went to hell in a handbasket. Alright, so, Kings Island, I'm going to start with the bad. Smooth these transitions, please. It has a lot of really jerky transitions. It needs some smoothing. Like right here, you see that's really abrupt. That's pretty abrupt as well. There are a lot of moments in this coaster that have really abrupt transitions that need to be smoothed. However, that's all the bad I have to say about it. The good is that this coaster has a lot of really cool elements. It's got a lot of airtime. It has a really cool layout. So you're onto something really good with this. It's based off of the Beast. Well, it's like a mini Beast. It only has one lift hill. But it has really good stuff going on. So if you can fix some of those wonky transitions, I think you've got something really solid here. That's criminal right here. That should be better than it actually is. Little bit of zip and pippin. Yeah, you're really onto something good with this. I think just some of these transitions need to be smoothed, and you're onto something solid. This is a really good coaster. I did King Dakar in 23 as well. The only 3 rides I got on a coaster I won't forget. R.I.P. King Dakar. Oh no. Yeah, seriously though, Kings Island, you've got something really good with this coaster. The transitions need to be fixed, and once you do that, you've got yourself a really good coaster. Yeah, Lightning, I've got you. I do want to check this out. Oh, 2 trains, they're not at the station yet. Alright. Creation I'm most proud of is definitely my Valley Fair Excalibur recreation or Formula 1 100%. Excalibur looks really fun. Yeah, I've heard good things about it. Alright. If you ever want a janky knockoff Chinese coaster model, I've got plenty of Jinmas on my workshop. Drive tire launch. Got all sorts of things in my workshop. Hell, I've even got a boring Din Woody. Nice backward track right there. I like how the backward segment isn't too long. I've seen a lot of these types of coasters where the backward segment is, and this is my preference, but they get to be a little bit lengthy. And I think the duration of the backward track that you had was perfect. This is good. That was fun. Just complete your building down to ground level to make it feel complete. That's really good. Hey, didn't help make one good ride. Oh, you want a clone of Bullet Coaster at Happy Valley on my workshop? Also, really quickly disclaimer, when you look at the Mythology Coaster, please note it shall not be used or intended for actual use in parks, only for fun parks that will permanently stay closed. What? I did, but I forgot to save it. Okay. Got a nice River Rapids ride here. Yeah. Kings Island, I like what you've done. Yeah, we've looked at a lot of this before, but this is coming along. Keep it up. Ready to check out the other 2 accelerators I got? Yeah. Yeah, so let's check those out, and I think that's gonna do it for tonight. Why is it communicating with the server to go into a brand new park? There we go. Let me get the codes. Alright, there's the first one, Outlaw. And the second one, 89G3B. Whoops. 42D3. Acceleration. Alright, we'll do this first. That's pretty solid. Didn't have much to say. That's just a really fun layout. Kraken was the only ride I wanted you to see. Oh man, I'll go back and look. One is very tall and whippy, the other is short as hell. No, but this looks fun. No inversions. Not super tall, but really good pacing. Got some good airtime. Yeah. No, that's solid. That's a really good coaster right there. I like that a lot. Really good ride aside from the trims on that top hat. How dare you remove my airtime? Well, No, I mean, you're still getting some good floater on the top of that. It actually does go negative right here, and then it turns to floater, and then you kind of settle down a little bit. But no, that's still really good. We go back to the stats. Good lads. Good verticals. Great negative Gs. Super punchy launch. The brakes don't hit terribly hard. Nah, that's still really good. I think the other one that you showcased earlier was better, but not by much. This would still be so much fun to ride. I'd get a kick out of this. Not triple green, so get out. Get out! He's got double green. He's a quarter of a point short on intensity. So, nah. I can't hate at all. This is really good. Alright, let's look at the other. Acceleration. Here we go. This next one is inspired by Madigani and Rita. Hey! Very nice 0G roll. Ha 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 ha, man. I love that roll right before the end. That's great. Boston, what's going on? Cookie, my bro, how are things going, man? Good to see you again, legend. Oh, I'm not a legend, but yeah. I do remember you, Australian friend from last year. Yeah, it's great to see you again. Yeah, thanks so much for stopping by. I really appreciate that. Out of bounds. Solid ride. Stats are not green this time. Yeah, it's a little bit more mild, but so what? Still a fun layout. This is a really good entry-level coaster into these Intamin hydraulic launches. I like how it incorporated inversions. You've got this really nice 0G roll, and then you've got that really good heartline roll right at the end. This is underrated, in my opinion. This would be a really fun coaster. Like, I'd go all over that. I've criticized the way that Frontier evaluates the EFN scores. And it really does injustice to a lot of different coasters. This is super good. Look at all of your forces right here. That's really good. Like, this is what I want in a coaster. 4.2. Right at -1. I would do with a little bit more airtime, but that's just me. And on a short, small, compact launch coaster like this, it's perfect. Like, this is really good. Cookie is an actual goat using a fake AI voice. Nope. Chat are legends and Cookie is the goat. Oh man, Boston, I appreciate that. Don't flatter me. Glad to hear you're doing well. It's great to see you again. Have you played with friction or changing the cars just out of curiosity? Yeah, I have played with friction. The friction multiplier went horribly. Yeah, So, for those of you that don't know, I think many of you probably do, but there is a setting that you have to go to, and I believe it's in actual settings and not sandbox. Game options, allow interchangeable coaster cars, so you have to have that on. Allow coaster supports on path. I think I would actually turn that off to avoid interference. Interesting. I think that's on by default. Yeah. To change them, you go to customize and change the car type. Excuse me. I got the hiccups all of a sudden, sorry. That's a new one? Well, I'm glad to give somebody a little bit of information. That may help them out a bit. So, Lightning One, I would tell you that in terms of the three that you've shown tonight, I would say your first one is the best. I'm kind of torn whether I would take this one or that one in second place. By the way, Cookie, I'm going for Seattle Seahawks to win the Super Bowl. I'm with you on that. I don't pay a whole lot of attention to the NFL, but I would really like to see the Seahawks win. You should see Formula One without the trims. The forces are all over the place. I believe it. Yeah, they were pretty intense with the trims, I should say. Put an energy and a wing on that one and see what the scores are. I don't think you're going to get much of a difference with energy. The coasters are quite similar, but if you go with wing, you're going to get a totally different style of ride. Intamin's wing coasters generally have those cable lift hills, and they're faster, they're longer. They tend to be more of an out and back style than like these twister layouts and stuff. So I'm really not sure that changing to a wing train for these would really be a great option. But the Seahawks are going to sheet on the Patriots. I hope so. Only if the Patriots don't deflate the ball to win this year. Sorry, I had to joke about it. Hey, keep them coming. I have been a lifelong New York Jets fan, and I have nothing to brag about because my team sucks. It absolutely sucks. But hey, as a Jets fan, anytime I see the Patriots lose, I'm happy. Tell me about it. I'm a Falcons. Oh no! They do the same bullshit every year for us. Gotta go, Legends. Have a good one. Alright, Boston. Thanks so much for stopping by. It was great to see you again. Have a great day, alright? Damn, me too this year. I'm a Bengals fan. Well, hey. Bengals haven't had as horrible of a run as the Jets have the last decade and a half. So I don't want to hear it. I still remember the butt fumble like it was yesterday. Thank you, Mark Sanchez. He got arrested this year. Or last year, I should say. Chiefs versus Falcons 2024 game was absolutely rigged. I don't have a lot of sympathy for Falcons because most of my family are actually Saints fans. So the Saints are kind of my number 2 team. But no, I get that. Yeah. You're definitely not wrong about that. And I was livid about the Falcons and Patriots back in, what was that, 2016? Bears 49ers next year. Now they won't be in the Super Bowl together because they're in the same conference. Love Super Bowl 2025, didn't even watch it. There was a game where we lost to the Panthers, it was 0-30. Oof. Isn't Trump a Seahawks fan? LOL, game's already rigged. Ah, let's not get into politics, guys. Alright. Kings Island, since you mentioned it, I'm going to go back to your park. I do want to look at that Kraken ride, since that was the one you pointed out. And then I think that's going to be it for tonight. No politics, only coaster ticks. Well, you know what? I'm going to make a couple jokes. If pro is the opposite of con, is progress the opposite of Congress? Oh, sorry, no politics. Hey, if you go to, like, oh gosh, what's it called? But basically linguistics, and you analyze the Greek origin of poly. Polyticks are many ticks, many blood-sucking insects. Oh, sorry, no. Hope he doesn't send anyone to ice the kicker up. Oh no, guys, come on. Here's a suggestion. Don't fail art school twice and end up in politics. That's a pretty good one. Alright, let's check out that Kraken ride. We'll take a look. Alright, here's the station. I thought we looked at that before. Weezer for president, I don't there for people. Let's actually do a front. Whoa! Do the queue after this. Okay. Train 1 was on the first lift. Was it? I think this one has 2 or 3 lifts, so I'm not sure. Unleash the Kraken. Oh, man. Alright, so there's a little piece of scenery here that's kind of interfering. So we're actually going to go back to the... Yeah, we'll do that there. I can't English. Oh, you've got the tentacles sticking up from the floor. Interesting. Whoa. Cookie, if you ever need a coaster made for you, I got you. Man, I appreciate that. I'm not the strongest coaster builder for sure. I can build some pretty decent ones, but not top tier. Thanks for only offering, Cookie. Oh, hey, take a look at the pirates. Pirates hunting the Kraken. Need to clean out my drawers from that Kraken. Alright, here we go. Yeah, that's cool. I really like the theming around it. It's pretty mild. It is a Giovanola sit down. It's got a different train on it. Yeah, the Intamin wing. Okay. That's a double negative, sir. Whoa, I saw your Schwarzkopf. It definitely didn't not have good transitions. It probably needs a little work. Check out some of my other workshop creations, though. Some of those are definitely better. Damn autocorrect. Gotta love autocorrect. Auto-incorrect. Please do the queue. Yeah, we can do that. So are they entering over? Yeah, okay. It's like invisible pathing. Autocorrect sucks just like T3. T3 sucks! Oh yeah, look at that. That's pretty neat. Parrot statues? Yeah, that looks really neat. Better at night. Alright, we'll go ahead and change it. And, yeah, we'll walk back through. Also, I'd say a message. I was in a game in VR, and it's classic hide-and-seek alien game, and we have, like, laser gun, and this dude was saying we are like ICE agents trying to capture the Mexicans. Let's not get into that, okay? Thanks for the offer, JP. I need a coaster like Exodus and Corvus Park, and a dueling coaster like Benny's Last Project. Go to the back of the station. I paused it by mistake. Well, yeah, look at the fort though. That looks really neat. And then if we get off at the exit, I see that. That's really neat right there. Oh, come on. Where is your exit? Give me a coaster you have on the workshop and I'll try to improve the layout. Let me look. Yeah, where actually? It's back here? Okay. Same station. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, so it's that back here. You don't really get a great glimpse, given that people are not unboarding from this side. But if you're coming in and you do get a little bit of a glimpse, this looks really cool. And my personal recommendation would be to try to get that kind of highlighted in the sense of let people actually walk by it and see it. Believe it or not, but a lot of Benny's creations end up in the workshops. I've noticed, pretty sure his Hogwarts coaster is on there now. Update my Get Nerfed coaster, the Lightning. Hell yeah, they are, because he's done with his movie park. Oh man. Alright. Just for fun, let me go onto the workshop and let's see what I've got. So that was built by Jimpers. Really, any of these. The Mako 2.0 is one of my favorite coasters. I think you could improve it a bit. If you like flying coasters, this Icarus Redeemed would be a good candidate. My original Kraken Unleashed, built very much based off of Kraken at SeaWorld. The Medusa Floorless. Yep, so I'm bummed out Jimpers actually isn't here. Because he's actually revamped a lot of my coasters, and he's done a fantastic job with them. Jimpers is a rock-solid coaster creator. Probably, I would say, the most revered in my community so far. Medusa? Yeah, I think you could have a lot of fun improving that one. I tried to build it based on Medusa at Discovery Kingdom, but I think you could have a lot of fun improving it, because it was kind of finicky. Dale, no. 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 Don't egg him on. But really, feel free to look around and take whatever you want to revamp. I would say this, and this are the ones that I think could use a bit of love. And I've got a lot more coasters that I don't have uploaded, but yeah, you sly. Sorry, no, it's all good, but just, yeah, let's keep that stuff out of here. Yeah, your Medusa could use a lot of improvement. Yeah. I like to think that it had a decent layout, but yeah, it was definitely not very smooth. I want to say Jimpers may have reworked it, but I'm always up for constructive criticism on how to improve some of my coasters. So I don't build a lot of coasters by hand. It's definitely not my expertise. So, but all I ask is the final breaks are way too short. Yeah, I do remember that. Actually, I'm gonna go into a blueprint and look at that, because it's been so long. The park that I built that coaster in, I ended up scrapping, and I like the layout overall, but it really does need some work. Definitely not my best. Yeah. Certain things, this transition was pretty crappy. And if it makes any difference, I will say that using the blueprint. I'm not sure if that's right, but the default inversions probably hurt. The one thing that I really did that I'm proud of is the interlocking corkscrews. Those actually came out pretty good in my opinion. But even they could probably, you know, use a little bit of refining. But yeah, this was rough. That was pretty bad. You can make custom corkscrews, by the way. I've done a few custom corkscrews. I don't have them refined. But I want to say, yeah, that one is not. No, neither of them are. I must have just aligned them, like with this turnaround. Yeah, no, I would be interested to see what you can do with it. All I say is keep the criticism constructive, because I'm always looking to improve and learn a bit. And Lightning, do you accept my challenge I have for you? I have a challenge for you. I'll give you my mythology coaster early, and I want to ask you if you'd like to try and make my swaying mine train better. The excitement is 2, and no challenge not accepted. Well, yeah. I'm really not sure about this inclined loop. I love inclined loops, but I'm not really sure that it fits here well, to be honest. So, do as you see fit. I don't care, you're not going to hurt my feelings. Just, all I say is, yeah, and this is to everybody and not just you, but don't just come in and say, oh, this coaster sucks. Tell me specifically what's wrong, or tell whoever specifically what's wrong with it and what the best way to improve is. That's really the best way that, you know, people can learn and improve. Man, I say those corkscrews line up almost perfectly though. I once made a triple interlocking loop coaster on RCT2. It was comprised of 2 vertical loops and a butterfly loop. Oh man! I have tried that, I never got it to work well. I've done like double interlocking loops like Loch Ness Monster before, and it's pretty neat. I've never done a triple. Unlike that one guy that was here, yeah, JP. Yeah. Man, Lightning, I'd love to have you join the Discord. No obligation. But, man, I think you'd be a really good asset. And if I hook you up with Jimpers, I'm really bummed out that he's not here. You just did. Oh, yeah, I see it right now. Welcome. Yeah, great to see you. Yeah. So this one, yeah, definitely not my best work. Icarus. You know what? I like this one. Ah, damn, I wish I hadn't deleted the park, because the custom terrain around it and stuff like that. Unless it's T3, yeah, T3 sucks! Also, would anyone like to do a collab park with me? JP, possibly. The more people that we get in, you know, more opportunities, so. think collab parks are a really good opportunity for people to kind of share their talents directly. And, you know, people in this game tend to have strong points. Like, I would say one of my strongest points is terrain work. JP does a great job with theming. Jimpers does a great job with coasters. Band player is a little more well-rounded, but he does a good job with coasters and scenery. I'll give the flying a go. This was one of my favorite coasters that I made. I've got a picture of the custom corkscrews I did for Corkscrew in my Dorney Valley Fair in Spire Park. Man, I'll say I haven't been to Dorney Park in 20 years, but I had a great time there. Steel Force is fun. I don't think it deserves the hate that it often tends to get. I loved Hydra, of course. It was a year old when I wrote it, but yeah, that's a little bit tricky. This one is particularly old, so I really did not know all of the tips and tricks for coaster building. This one might be a lot of fun to rework. Dale, you know that's the only reason we're even friended on Steam. Oh, Dale wanted to at one point, but someone ghosted me talking to you, Dale. Shots fired. And it's got good stats overall. I mean, it could probably use a little bit of smoothing. But I would love to see somebody kind of smooth this out, rework it a bit. But this is one that I'm actually pretty proud of. So, don't hurt my feelings. No, I'm just kidding. Take a look at the screenshots. Oh yeah, wow. That's actually really neat. Could 100% rework some bits of this. Yeah. Yeah, I think you could give it a little bit of love that it's missing right now, but I'm pretty proud of this coaster. I would say it's got a fun layout. It just needs, you know, a little bit of smoothing and maybe reworking a couple elements. But speaking of T3, I actually heard rumors from when they tore the ride down. Even if they would have put flying coaster trains on it, it still would have been a rough ride. I could see that for sure. Also, Cookie, would you like to see the Mythology coaster so far? It's almost done. No, I'm going to wait for you to finish it, because I'm actually going to jump off, take a break. I'm probably going to get back on and do some Oblivion tonight. I've had a lot of fun doing this tonight, though. It is great to be back on, and I was kind of hesitant. Because I had been kind of burnt out on PC2, as I mentioned. Okay, it's alright with me. Oh, good. Yeah, once you get it totally finished, we can check it out, and we can, you know, we can give you some feedback on it and stuff like that. But I like your pirate coaster. You did a great job with that. I think it could use a little bit of refining, but you're onto something good with that, though. I want suspended monorails. Go back to RCT2 Dale. I remember those. They were really cool. Hell yeah, I'm watching Oblivion. Oh man, that's gonna be fun. I started doing the Dark Brotherhood. It's really fun. Like, they've got some incredible quests. So I did send a screenshot of it so far anyway in the server. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I encourage you all, be active on the server, you know? It's really there for you all to hang out, share stuff, collaborate together, build each other up. That's the best thing that I've really experienced doing PC2 with you all, is I love when you all interact with me, but I love even more when you interact with each other. Like, I know a few people that have not really ever known each other until hanging out on my stream, and then they get together off stream and work together on some really amazing stuff. And that makes me feel really good. So, yeah, I know Lightning, one of my coaster buddies, tracked it down the day I was coming home from Indiana and saw the trucks bringing tracks past us on the highway. Yeah. Yeah, it got disassembled and is getting put together in India somewhere. I wonder how they will like it. I'm hoping they can do something to make it a better ride than it was over here at Kentucky Kingdom. Oh, you know what? I've got to do this. I can't resist. Let's add a speaker. Just for absolute laughs. Wait, no, it's not on here. Ah, it's because I didn't have the files set up in place after I had problems with Windows, but I actually did get a clip of that kid shouting T3 sucks and broadcast it on the speakers and stuff like that. Probably won't find the Oblivion stream, so by before tonight if I'm not here for the stream. It's all good. I mean, you'll see it. I'll broadcast it. So once I get going. You want to know something really funny? Yeah. Amazing evening. Jimpers really... Dale not joining tonight. Love y'all. Maybe Cookie will be building a surf coaster tomorrow in the collab park. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. I do really enjoy the surf coasters, though. My coasters are all made using angle snap fools. Hey! I can't fault you with that. Now, angle snap is nice. And I really like when they did make the update. I don't remember whether it came out in 7 or 8 or a bug fix. But when they made the angle snap adjustable down to like 1 and 5 degree intervals as opposed to like the wonky 15 or 11 degree that it was at first. Wait, you're streaming it on Discord and YouTube at the same time? No, I mean, I'm gonna do it on YouTube. But I always set the broadcast up a few minutes before I go live, just to let people know if you want to tune in. That's there, but I'm probably gonna take a 20-30 minute break and then I'll probably jump back on, so. I used to do 11.25, but with one 5 angle snap, it's heavenly. 150%. That was one of the best changes they've made. And I tend to do most of mine at like 5 degree snaps when it comes to lateral, just like the turns and stuff to help it align better. But yeah, no, it was incredible when they added that in. I was like, thank God, finally they added that. So, Alright guys, I'm gonna go ahead and jump off here. Thank you all so much for hanging out. It's really been fun getting back on. I know it's been a little while, and I needed a break, but it's re-inspiring to get back on and see you all hanging out and stuff like that. I'm just gonna grab some cream cheese and bread. Mwah, chef's kiss anyway. Bye, good night. If I don't make it to the stream, no worries, JP. If you do, you do, and if not, no worries. Hope you have a great evening. Thanks for hanging out. Alright, y'all. It's been fun. Thank you all so much for hanging out. I don't generally beg for likes and subs, because I'm not really that kind of streamer, but it does help if you thumbs up the video if you've enjoyed it, but no obligation. So I'm also probably gonna hop off for a bit, be back for the next stream Planko 2 more. I do a lot of PC2 for sure. I will be doing more of these. So alright y'all, thanks so much. Appreciate each and every one of you. Chill on Discord with everybody. You know, got a really fun. It's small, it's nothing super, you know, finessed, but just hang out, have a good time, and look forward to picking back up with this at some point in the near future. As always, until then, take care, stay safe, don't forget T3 sucks. I couldn't resist. And we'll see ya.